Badflower fans, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and today I'm bringing you another Badflower reaction, and this time we're going to be checking out 3 of their songs back to back to back. We'll start with Animal, then jump into White Noise, and then end the reaction off with Machine Gun. Now, if you've been following along my Badflower journey, you'll know where I'm at, but to kind of put a bow on it for now, this band has so many layers. They are so fun and memorable, and what I heard most recently with the song Family, they have revealed another extremely powerful and profound layer. That song shattered me, and in the best possible way, and for me, I am just excited to dive even deeper into the world of Badflower, and that is all thanks to Catherine the Magnetic for making this donation request. Thank you, Catherine. And Catherine's actually dedicated this to everyone who has trouble regulating their inner critic. Please know 2 things. Our brains have our best interest as a priority, but they're bad at knowing what will be helpful to us. And our brains are fascinating, but they lie to us, in a sense. Don't believe everything you think. I think so many of us, myself included, can resonate with this. I've always found that despite some of the worst negative comments I'll read even on my channel or online, or the things that other people have said about me in my life, the thing that hurts me the most are my own thoughts. So better hush that inner critic. Don't let it get too rowdy, and lead with a smile on our faces, because life doesn't have to be so damn hard. Anyways, let's jump into the music, starting with Animal.
You animal, you ungrateful, you cannibal, eat my soul. Impossible way to love you, incredible love I show. Unstoppable situation,
out of nowhere.
Decided by my control.
Yeah, the one in the 3.
Fiction. I'm still begging you, please don't go.
What a hook. That riff, man.
Like antifreeze, kill me sweetly. You chemical break me down.
You hear the guitar riff, the doom 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 doom, matching the vocals here. The thickness to this riff.
Kill me sweetly. You chemical break me down. My albatross always with me. My cynical siren song. You animal got your prey now. Your ravenous, time to feed. Keep using your words to cut me. I'm your masochist, make me bleed. Cut my walls open when you cry. Oh no, no, you're never gonna love me. You're licking your chops and you howl with your eyes. Oh no, no, you're just like an animal. I love you. I need you.
Dude, this is so cool, and I love gritty songs like this that are a bit grunge tinted, but are kind of dependent on this super explosive riff, and these choruses are just huge. Feels like classic rock. Super intense. I'm a big fan.
I love you. I need you. I want to. My animal on your leash now. Teeth tearing my skin up.
Yeah, unleash that animal.
The pain that you give becomes me. Break my chimera, you show no mercy. So savage, you're breathing fire. You vicious, enchanting monster. Fill my veins with cruel desire. Claw at my walls, open when you cry. Oh no, no, you're never gonna love me. You're licking your chops and you howl with your eyes. Oh no.
I'm a big fan of Josh's voice. That moment, the doom, doom, I'll replay it. Almost sounds like a gun being clicked back. So dynamic.
I need you. I want to stop.
And you know something even outside of the music that's very interesting that I thought of is like this album cover here. All of these animal faces are in the shape of masquerade masks, which, you know, if you've been to like a masquerade ball or even if you've just seen it in the movies, the intention is to obscure the face and retain that bit of anonymity, but embracing the animal and putting that the mask of the animal on is interesting, because I was almost thinking the other way, where you want to embrace your inner animal and let it kind of shine on. So like how can I reconcile these two? I guess you could think of it as both, because you kind of have to put on the mask of the animal if you've been overly socialized. So you, in a weird sense, you have to like explicitly act more animalistically, even though that is an inner part of you. It's almost like re-immersion therapy. Like you used to be this way and now you have to relearn how to walk in this sense. But what does it mean to like be in tune with our animalistic side? I think usually what that means is whatever our primal instincts are, we kind of explore those and allow them to reign freely rather than for the mind to constantly hold ourselves back. Now, of course, the mind is responsible for a lot, of course, like decision making and identifying whether acting animalistically in a certain moment is going to be accepted by the greater social group. And of course, we care about that level of acceptance, even evolutionarily. But it's still important to embrace the aspects of our animal side that give us the fire, the luster for life. We can't also just be, you know, worker droids or people who are very impersonal, apathetic, without emotion and without feeling. Maybe that's too bombastic of a claim to make, but I love how visceral the vocals are, embracing the animalistic side. I love the lyricism as well. Just all very, like, using a lot of terms about, like, in relation to animals. Like we had the line about the chimera eat. What were the other lines? Let me quickly Google. Give me 1 second. My fingers are fast, don't worry. Claw at my walls like a cat, I'll come when you cry. You're licking your chops and you howl with your eyes. I love these descriptors. And there's so many songs, weirdly enough, that have the title Animal. There's one, let me look at my Spotify right quick too, before we jump into the next song. I have a bunch of songs that refer to animals that are worth listening to. Animal Flow by Ren, Animal by Rauf and Fike, Animals by Dear Agony, Animals as Leaders the Band, Animals by Architects, Animal in Me by Solence, Animals Maroon 5. I'll give you one more. Animal I Have Become 3 Days Grace. There you go. A lot of Animal songs, and they all talk about that inner animal within us. Anyways, let's jump into the next tune. This is White Noise. This riff.
Much cooler. Fight, kid.
It's just.
Some motherfucker wants your blood.
It's very like minimalist, you know?
I'm not scared. I know this type of shit. They want blood, but they hate the taste of it. And I'm young, so everything's all.
They want blood, but they hate the taste of it.
I hate the taste of it, and I'm young, so everything's alright. 'Cause I'm alive, but I'll kill myself when my words are coming down.
Oh wow. There's a heavy air to this track for sure.
White noise. This TV screen, she's like my mother.
Oh wow. White noise, this TV screen is like my mother. So what is white noise? White noise is the kind of ambient background noise that sometimes plays when your television is like losing signal. People also like play it to help them sleep. Like for me, I'll listen to podcasts or some music or just a random like ebook or something to fall asleep. So you have this ambient white noise, and now the TV screen that is potentially producing this white noise, this kind of nonsense, is acting as your mother because for whatever reason the mother is not in the picture here. Let's keep going.
Hey, boys, it's a naked body in my arms, but I'm not sure if I'm in love with her. She's young, so I know she'll say it first, but I'm sure that everything's alright. 'Cause I'm alive, but I'll kill myself when my words are coming down. I hate coming down.
That line, my world's coming down, initially it's talking about like my life is falling apart, all of the walls around me are just crumbling, and I'm in my most vulnerable. But then following it up with, I think in the second chorus now, for the first time we're hearing, I hate coming down. And it serves as kind of a double, right? Because if you're high, you want to stay high, you don't want to come down. But it's also, I hate coming down to this vulnerable place where I am most exposed, because then it forces me to confront myself and my, it's in this song, there seems to be like themes of, I don't know, like emotional numbness, suffocation of the mind, like internal struggles, and a lot of inner turmoil is what it seems.
myself.
Funny, think about it.
Oh, I like this.
Fucked up like
Also, I've been hearing throughout there's like a secondary voice. I almost thought I was going crazy, but I think there's a secondary voice, at least very subtly, in this mix.
fucked up like
Dude, I love this band. You know, they definitely, even lyrically, but in terms of style, I definitely get reminded of almost like a bit of a heavier Mayday Parade. I also get a bit of 3 Days Grace in there, a bit of From Ashes to New in there. I was gonna say maybe a bit of Green Day, but Green Day is honestly a little too much or too pop compared to what I'm hearing here. I I like Badflower. It's very clear. It's these big driving choruses when I just can bounce my head on the one on that on beat. Hugely melodic, hugely bombastic. It's almost like when the music gets so loud you really can't hear your inner voice. And interestingly enough, this is a thought that I had many years ago about, man, why do I like rock music so much? Why do I like metal music so much? Maybe it's so loud that it drowns out my inner voice, kind of what Catherine was referencing in her dedication earlier. And it's definitely true. Depends on the mind that you have, though. So I should reverse that. It can be true depending on the mind that you have. If you have the kind of mind that I do, where it's hard for me to focus on many things at the same time, then, you know, if you listen to very loud music in a concerted manner, it can drown out a lot of the other noise and maybe serve as a distraction momentarily. Maybe for somebody else who can like multitask and listen to music and have simultaneous thought processes, you can do that. And, you know, with the reactions, obviously you see that I'm like parallel processing, doing like multiple levels of analysis on the music and lyricism and symbolism and all that good stuff and more. But that's because I'm focused on what is it's focused on what's ahead, focused on what's in front of me here. I can't do the multitasking otherwise. If I was asked to like give a presentation on, you know, thermodynamics, forget about my minimal thermodynamics knowledge. If I were asked to give that presentation while I was listening to music, that would be very hard. And maybe that's a poor example of what I'm talking about here. I kind of lost the plot with my discussion here, but music can sometimes serve as that way, that tool to drown out some of the internal monologuing and noise. Even though the other part of me thinks you need to be able to confront that internal monologue readily, because it's going to happen one way or the other. You don't want to just use distractive measures and tools to do so. But the music is so good that like regardless of like at what point I'm at, it's just enjoyable to listen to, and if it happens to serve as a distracting thing, then I can at least defer that confrontation until later. And if I'm not dealing with anything, then perfect. I just get to enjoy the mood that I'm in even more, which is why, like, for me, I am often in very happy moods when I'm listening to metal music, heavy music, sad music even, because it doesn't have anything to do with my internal state. It is just blissful to me. And maybe it's a reminder of a different time or a different place. I can't say for sure. But Badflower, they check a lot of the boxes off that I have, and I'm gonna keep listening. So let's jump into Machine Gun, the last song of the day.
That's just what they told me. You could be a patriot. Don't you love your country? Don't you wanna die for it? How could they enlist me?
The conscription.
I was only 17. It's better to be thankful than challenge their authority. This is how the world is. This is how they suck you in. Manipulate the broken.
Exactly. It's not about telling the truth anymore. It's about finding the target demographic to suck in.
Manipulate the broken to suffer every consequence. They gave me a machine gun, but I don't wanna hurt no one. There's nothing here to fight for. This is someone else's war. That's just what they told me. Son, you
It's so interesting because I had a Bruce Springsteen reaction to his cover of the Edward Starr song "War," and that song is all about war. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. So a lot of the comments that I made in that video, roughly speaking, apply here as well, about war and how the mind is warped to favor war when it otherwise wouldn't have to be and maybe shouldn't be. And what is the point of war? It just continues violence rather than puts a stop to it. War will never save lives. War will always destroy lives, at least in the short term. And they hand you a machine gun. They say, hey, you're going to be serving your country. You're going to die for what you believe in. Is it, though? Is it what you believe in truthfully? Or is it what your perception of what you should believe in? Is it what you've been manipulated into thinking? I'm all okay with, you can make the decision to become a soldier, and you should be held in high esteem for your service, so long as the offer that's given to a soldier is not filled with lies and improper messaging and deception and manipulation. As long as the trade-offs are salient to all parties involved, I can at least understand the decisions to do things, but oftentimes the broken are manipulated and sucked in, and that's the demographic Badflower here are referring to.
That's just what they told me. Son, you could be a patriot, defender of your country, protector of the innocent. We'll beat 'em with a clenched fist by order of your government. They said we were the good guys, but what if we're the terrorists? This is how the world is. This is how they suck you in. Manipulate the broken to suffer every consequence. They gave me a machine gun,
Thought we were gonna get a full acoustic switch.
Manipulate the broken to suffer every consequence. I'm only a statistic, and no one even gives a shit. The treatment for my shell shock, yeah, they won't even pay for it.
Right.
I fired that machine gun. I never meant to hurt no one. And as my friends and foes bleed, we satisfy a rich man's greed. Maybe I don't know a damn thing.
Right.
I've never been through anything.
Yeah.
This is all I can be.
It's like all the self-doubt too.
A
Here.
voice for someone else's grief.
Wow.
He fired that machine gun. She never meant to hurt no one. 'Cause once you leave a headstone, you never really make it home.
Oh, yeah. Right. Because when you take that life, what can you return to? You're bringing the war with you wherever you go. And I like how there was that discussion at the end and the like lyrically about they don't even care for you once you return. You come back with all of this trauma, all of these injuries, and oftentimes veterans, especially in the United States, are not treated as they should be. And so you did all of this, you fought for a cause you thought you believed in just to be given nothing, no care, disregarded almost. And for what? What's the goal? What was accomplished? More zeros at the end of your paycheck? Oftentimes the results of war are not even felt by the people it purports to help. We win wars, we lose wars. And what's the outcome? It's almost so impersonal, especially living in the United States where life is not as violent and crazy as it can be elsewhere. And that's because the wars happen outside of the borders often. And so what is the purpose for the individual, for a cause that's larger than themselves that they don't necessarily believe in? To serve a country that doesn't care for you in the ways that they should and profit off of your blood, sweat, and tears? And of course this kind of opens the conspiratorial part of my brain, and who is profiting, who's benefiting? Is it the government? Is it private sector actors? Any of that, all of that, something different? I mean, all I know is humans are humans everywhere, and a big motivator for humans is greed, is power, and they will take advantage of others to get those things at all costs, including your life, including your mental stability, your economic stability. It's not actually symbiotic in the way we would expect to when we agree to this social contract of society, which agree is loose because it's a tacit agreement once you've been born onto a social and governmental structure. Is it right for us? I don't know. There's so many ways that my brain goes about these kinds of questions. And at the end of it, I just want peace in the world, peace, love, positivity, because conflict between us pulls us apart and fractures, divides. It makes things harder, more violent. We lose loved ones. There's no need for it. If we can do more peaceful things in our life, that is for the better. Absolutely. Just say one nice thing to a friend of yours today, a person you don't know. Show kindness rather than vitriol or apathy. And over time, we won't need machine guns. That's the hope. Anyways, it was a fun triple reaction today, all very fun rocking songs. Badflower continue to impress. I hope you enjoyed listening alongside me today. If you did and would like to make a reaction request yourself, you can always do so by clicking the link below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.